Good evening, sports fans, and welcome in to Strasser Field here at Delta Park. Today we have 6A boys lacrosse, the initial first round of the playoffs. It is Central Catholic against Oregon City. I'm Jack McArthur alongside my broadcast partner Dave Hall, and you are listening to Oregon Sports with Oregon's leader in live local sports. A phenomenal matchup here today, Dave, in this first round.
Actually, this is a great matchup. The winner of this game is going to advance, and what will happen is they're going to get a seeded team. They'll get Lincoln next Tuesday night. So this is a big game for both these teams as they try to move on. Central Catholic finished fourth in Columbia Conference. They were 5-5, 10-6 overall. Oregon City finished fifth in the Three Rivers League. They were 1-4, 5-10 overall.
That's right. And Central Catholic entering this bracket as the number 13 seed, Oregon City 20th seed. So two really talented teams that are in the top 20 in seeding, Dave.
And like I said, the winner will get Lincoln. Lincoln is ranked number 3 in the state. They're 8-2, 14-4 overall.
That's right. Central Catholic's head coach, it's Dave Sanford, who's in his initial first season at the helm. And on the other end for the Oregon City Pioneers, it's Jack Cross, who's also in his first season. Jack Cross played college lacrosse at Weber International University in Babson Park, Florida. He coached youth and middle school lacrosse. He told me, got a chance to speak to both coaches pregame. Dave Sanford, the head coach of the Rams, mentioned that some of the keys to the game include winning faceoffs and to control the TOP, the time of possession, and the tempo of the game. He also mentioned how stamina and rotations are going to be key in this game, obviously, with 68-degree weather, Dave. Very humid, very warm out here. You know, Sanford mentioned how you have to utilize multiple different players. You know, you have to have depth, right? So he's going to mention I was going to use at least 20 to 21 different players tonight. Most teams use about 13, 14, but Sanford wants to have stamina become a factor here, and he wants to, you know, make sure that there's obviously rotational things going on.
The all-conference teams are out. We'll give you Central Catholic's all-conference players in between the first and the second period. Here's the games going on in the championship bracket tonight. Oregon City, of course, here. Wilsonville at South Eugene. Newburgh at Tualatin. Westview at Bend. Nelson at Liberty. Glencoe at Canby. Hood River at Sherwood. Mountainside at West Salem. The 4 teams that drew byes. Number 1, Jesuit. Number 2, OES. Number 3, Lincoln. And number 4, Lake Ridge.
That's right, just about ready to get things started here. And for the Oregon City Pioneers, Jack Cross, he mentioned that the keys to the game include possessing the ball, taking good quality shots, and focusing on the quality over the quantity of shots. So shot selection definitely key for both sides in this match.
Central Catholic in the cardinal and gold. They'll move from our right to our left.
And the Oregon City Pioneers, on the other hand, in those black jerseys with the red lettering, moving from our left to our right as Central Catholic wins the face-off. Rams on the attack early. Nice pass, Central. That one to Crayford. Bobbles it, turns it over. And player gets decked that time. No foul called. Now it's the Pioneers on the attack. One player shoved out of bounds near the mic. Referee says out of bounds, so the crowd might definitely pick that one up.
Remember, we talked about this before the game, Jack. Our crowd mics are right near the sideline. Any action over there, we're going to pick it all up as you did that time.
That time it was Noah Klink, the midi, who took a dive. That one back up top. Now it's Crayford cradling it. Rams retain possession. Building up the attack currently. Should be an extremely entertaining game. It's the warmest it's been in a while, Dave. 68 degrees. I know it was 80 about a week and a half ago, but this is nice. Here come the Rams on the attack now. This time it's Sam Martin going behind the goalie. Nice fake, little cutback. Going inside all the way back out. Swings it around for Martin once again. Martin being hacked at. Here come the Rams once again. Now it's Lefevre.
Lefevre had a couple of goals the last game we did for the Rams.
Here comes Martin once again, shoots and scores. Sam Martin opens up the scoring, and the Rams on top early, 1-0.
10:21 the time on that goal.
So Sam Martin gets on the score sheet, and the Rams lead early, Dave.
Just wound up on a right-handed shot right off to the right of the goal. Let it fly right in the net. 1-0 Rams.
First shot, first goal for the Rams. 100% conversion rate so far for Central Catholic?
Let's see if that holds up.
Right, yeah. We'll see if they can make every shot that they take today. It's kind of hard to do that in most sports, isn't it?
Handling the draw for the Rams is Gus Lefevre.
Lefevre in the circle. Referee blows his whistle. Another draw, and it's picked up by the Rams on the attack once again. Now it's Newberry all the way back for Crayford. Crayford tosses it backwards and finds Newberry. Now they're going out wide to Schultz. Brings the double, a shot, and it's in! Central Catholic back-to-back goals. That time it was Crayford who scores.
And those goals coming 24 seconds apart. 9:57 the time on that goal for Crayford.
So 2 minutes, 2 goals for Central Catholic as they're on fire early. So Central Catholic, the early 2-0 lead. The thing about Lacrosse, Dave, there's a lot of scoring that transpires. So I wouldn't be surprised if this game reached double digits for either side quickly. And it's a scramble for it. Bobbled up in the air. This time it's ultimately picked up by Central Catholic, and now the Pioneers take over. Here come Oregon City. This time it's Cole Norton. And it'll be a substitution. Mitchell Johnson.
This is a strange game. I did the girls' game, Central Catholic, last Friday night. They played Tualatin. Tualatin scored 3 goals in the first 6 minutes. Didn't score another goal in the 42 minutes left.
Interesting. Well, it's the thing I love about sports, the unpredictability of them. Here come the Pioneers once again. Oh, nice pass Central. Almost turned it over, and they retain possession.
One of my favorite shots in sports is the wraparound shot, whether it's hockey or whether it's lacrosse.
Here comes Iaboni. Oh, a shot and a goal for Oregon City as they cut their deficit to 1. That time it was number 16, Benny Sussbauer, with the finish and the conversion there on the goal, Dave.
And that at 9:52, or 8:52, I'm sorry. A minute and 5 seconds after the last goal. We're on a run here of goals.
That's right. Pioneers currently trail by 1, just 3 goals in about 3 minutes, Dave. Another face-off. Referee blows his whistle, and we're off once again. Here come the Pioneers, full head of steam. Great movement, a shot. Oh, it's an outstanding save from Ramirez Orozco. That was unreal. And now it's Newberry on the run, being hacked at, able to keep his equilibrium, stays on balance. Crayford finds a pocket pass, and it was a great save that time by the Pioneers. That time it was Trent Wade, the goalie, with a great save.
Wade blocked that. Crayford came straight in on him, one-on-one, took the shot.
Now it's Cole Norton. Thought about going inside this. Now he's taking it back, taking his time with it. Here comes Norton once again. Going around the goal, looking for the wraparound. Oh, a great pass. Oh, off of the post. That time you could hear that clink.
You know, Central Catholic plays in the Columbia Conference, got 2 of the best 4 teams in the state. Guess who the number 1 all-conference goalie was in the Columbia Conference?
It's Orozco.
It's Ramirez Orozco.
That's right.
First team all-conference.
Yep, shout out to him for that outstanding accomplishment.
Both these goalies are big goalies. They take up a lot of the net.
Being a sizable goalie plays to your advantage, especially in a sport like lacrosse when the goal is not as massive as soccer.
Right. Well, take up as much of that goal as you can.
Just kind of how, like in the NHL, you have to just make yourself big, and it helps if you are a massive goalie in the NHL or in hockey too. Oh, nice turnaround. Here come the Rams once again. Now it's Martin. All the way back outside. Finds Schultz. Schultz spins it around a couple times. Finds Lefevre.
Lefevre likes that, right off to the left of the goal, swings
Here comes
around.
Lefevre, double teamed. Oh, it was a great pass, and it's kicked out a little bit. Lefevre being double teamed, able to keep his balance, still being drilled. A little bit of physicality there. And it's ultimately picked up. Now it's dropped. Rams able to keep it in. A nice turnaround move that time from Martin. Oh, a spin around, a shot.
Martin did a good job of saving that ball behind the net.
Yep. Some more substitutions with this little stoppage in play here.
Scoreboard is wrong. It says 3-0 home. It's actually 2-1.
Right. Well, that time I think that they're saying that one snuck in, right? So I think that that was a goal that time.
Yes, they're set up. It was a goal.
Okay, so it was a goal that time. I believe that time it was Martin, 12. So we'll credit that one to Martin, if I'm not mistaken.
His second goal,
Yeah.
and that coming at 6:26.
Yeah, our apologies for that one. I think it just rolled in. It was an interesting goal for sure. So Martin gets his second goal to make it 3-1. And now it's the Rams on the attack once again. Opportunity to extend their lead. Really nice shot, but even better save that time by the goalie, Wade. Oh, some more physicality central. Here come the Pioneers.
Halfway through the first period.
Shoves him out of bounds, and that time it's going to be a penalty against the Rams. Number 9. That time, Bo Rolock picks up the penalty.
Rolock, a 4-year player for Central Catholic Lacrosse.
So Rolock shoves him out of bounds and has to pay the price after that one, Dave. So 3-1 the score. Rams on top by 2 early. After that last goal by Martin just minutes ago. Here come the Pioneers once again on the attack. Oh, a nice play central, and he's shoved down, and referee blows his whistle. Interested to see what the call is here.
Well, he shoved him into the back.
Yeah.
That's it, and it's...
Oh, I was just confused. It was the referee was just saying a shove, and then they just said black because it's Pioneers ball
right.
instead.
He was pointing the...
Yeah, right. Okay, so Pioneers pick it up. They're trailing by 2. Pretty solid pressure from Central Catholic. Goes out of bounds, and it will be Rams possession. Both of these coaches in their first years at the helm. Dave Sanford for the Central Catholic Rams. And on the other end, it's Jack Cross for the Oregon City Pioneers.
And Dave, of course, is a legend in coaching. And
100%.
And worked for us here at Oregon Sports Beat for a couple of years doing games.
Yeah, Dave Sanford used to coach at Oregon State, and additionally was a coach for the U18 national lacrosse team as well. He's heavily involved with that organization, certainly. Oh, a nice pass behind the goal now. It's Crayford working a spin move. Crayford finds Lazat. Now it's Lefevre spinning his stick around, looking to attack. Tried to carve his way inside. Oh, a nice wrap around, a shot, and it's in! Jack Crayford with a finish. What a goal that time from Crayford, his second of the evening.
All right, we've got the time on that is 4:43. The Rams have 4 goals, 2 by Martin, 2 by Lefevre. I'm sorry, 1 by Lefevre, 1 by Crayford.
That's right, Crayford with a great finish that time.
I'm sorry, Crayford has both those goals.
Yep. So Crayford with 2, Martin with 2. Hopefully we're not miscrediting that second Martin goal. I mean, I believe it was Martin that scored that second one that we were befuddled, perplexed about.
Here's our disclaimer. We're not the official scorekeepers.
100%. Hey, and if it is wrong, at least we got most of the scoring right so far, right? Some is better than none, as they would say. Here come the Rams on the attack once again. Central Catholic looking for vengeance on top early, 4-1. Now it's Crayford again. Oh, what a move. Crayford shows the stick, goes elsewhere. Nice pass inside, a shot. Oh, what a block that time from the goalie, Wade. And now it's picked up by Oregon City.
Notice how Lazat came in on goal and then shifted on a low shot, tried to skip it underneath in the 5-hole.
Oh,
didn't go.
Lazat with a pass inside. Oh, and it's a really good save from Wade. Once again, great awareness from him. Not the best pass, though. Now a long stick midi entering the attacking third. That time it is.
Martin was looking for a hat trick on that last play.
That's right. Nice pass back up top to Crayford. He's cradling his stick, spinning it around, contemplating what he wants to do next. Crayford jogging inside, hits the brakes, passes it back out. Finds Martin, the multi-goal scorer from today. I mean, 2 guys, just as you mentioned, 1 away from a hat trick, Dave. This early, too. Here come the Rams. Oh, a nice spin around inside, back out. Playing it around the perimeter, almost a turnover. Nice recollection.
Joe Denny with that last move scooped the ball up.
That's right. Oh, what a pass inside.
Did you see the cut behind the net that time, trying to get in front for a wraparound? That was 7, Crayford.
Yeah, Crayford turns it over that time, unable to keep it in bounds, and it will be Pioneers' possession as they're down by 3 with 3 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Oh, a nice cutback. Another good fake. Here comes Mitch Johnson. Johnson weaving his way through traffic. Johnson full head of steam, going all the way down coast to coast. Johnson. Oh, what a save that time by Ramirez Orozco as he's diving, just flailing his body, putting his body on the line that time, Dave.
Stood his ground, took up a big portion of the net, blocked the shot, then he was down, deflected another one.
Right, that was a great save, Johnson. It was really just a one-on-one between Ramirez Orozco and Johnson. Johnson was just going a full head of steam like it was a breakaway in the NBA playoffs. Referee blows his whistle. It's going to be a turnover. It will be Rams' possession.
So Oregon City has changed their strategy. Now they're coming at the goalie full speed.
Yeah, right.
Right down the middle, full speed at the goal. They've gotten off 3 shots in the last 30 seconds, and Ramirez Orozco has stopped them all.
Right down the middle like it's a freight train on a freeway. Yep. And that time Ramirez Orozco said, hey, I'm a bigger freight train. Right. I'm going to get in your way, and I'm going to stop you.
I'm a first-team all-conference goalie.
Yeah, right, yeah. That's right. Here come the Pioneers. Picked up by Newberry, plays it inside. Now it's the Rams on the attack. Oh, nice spin move. That time McHale spins off a defender, and now Crayford trying to pick it up. Pioneers bring the double. Crayford trying to retain possession, able to stick with it, and he's going to elect to go back outside. Just going in circles now, but he's got a plan. Crayford loses possession that time. Now he picks it right back up.
When Crayford first touched the ball, he was triple teamed.
Yeah, right? It's like trying to guard Lionel Messi. Yeah. Here comes Crayford. 1:30 left in this first period. Rams on top by 3, 4-1. Central Catholic with possession. This time it's Drew Newberry with it. Number 15. Great pass. Just like they're playing keep away at this point. Drew Newberry up top to Lefevre. Gus Lefevre. Lost possession. It's going to be a push, so a foul committed by that time 14, Isaac Heidschmidt. who is one of 2 players that are committed to play at the next level for Oregon City. First one is Mitch Johnson. They're both committed to play at William Penn University in Iowa. The other one is Isaac Heitschmidt.
I went to a little college in Iowa for a year, and one of the teams we played was William Penn.
That's cool. Never been to Iowa in my life, but maybe one of these days, right? I'm only 23, so.
Be prepared to see a lot of corn.
Yeah, right. I bet. Here comes Crayford again. Thought about ripping it from distance. Right back to Crayford.
Let's see if they're going to play for one. There's 40 seconds left here.
Oh, Lefevre, an entry pass, a shot from Lefevre. Nice deflection from Wade. 30 seconds left in this first period. 4-1 the score. Oh, a shot, and it's in. What a bullet that time from Central Catholic. Make it a hat trick. 1, 2, 3. Can you see me? Sam Martin with 3 goals of his own in how many quarters? 1. Wow. Phenomenal work there from Martin as he gets a hat trick, and it's not even halftime yet. It's not even the end of the first quarter yet either.
Martin scored at 10:21. He scored again at 6:26, and here at 28 seconds got a hat trick.
Hats off to Sam Martin there with his 3rd goal of the quarter. Make it a hat trick.
The goalie that time was stuck off to the left, and he put it in the right upper corner.
Top right bins is what we call that. 20 seconds remain in this first quarter. Pioneers looking to shorten the deficit. Now it's Central Catholic with possession. Pushing and shoving going on.
Going to run out of time.
Yep, and that's going to do it. After the end of the first quarter, 5-1 the score. Rams on top by 4. Dave, your takeaways.
Very, very good first half or first quarter offensively for the Rams. Got everybody involved in the offense, set up. Time of possession was way one-sided in favor of Central Catholic. And then Sam Martin with 3 goals, 3 of the 5. The other 2, 1 by Crayford, or 2 by Crayford. So 3 by Martin, 2 by Crayford. There's your 5 goals.
Right, 5 goals in 1 quarter for the Rams. Extremely intriguing game so far. Regular end of the regular season this year, the Oregon City Pioneers 5-10 overall, last place in their respective conference. On the other end, Central Catholic. So the Rams, if they can go on to hold on to this lead, they will be playing against the Lincoln Cardinal next Tuesday, the 27th.
You know, I said we were going to talk about the all-conference team, and let me give you 3 names. Of course, the Rams play in the Columbia Conference. That's with OES, Lincoln, and Grant. Tough teams, great players in all those. The Rams have the first-team goalie in Adrian Ramirez Orozco. But listen to this. On the second team, I'm going to give you 3 players that the Rams put on the second team, and then you'll realize their importance to this game. 1 attackman and 2 middies. Jack Crayford, Sam Martin, and Gus Lefevre.
Well-deserved awards for sure. As you mentioned, Adrian Ramirez Orozco, first-team goalie, all-conference. And the Rams also additionally have 6 players on the all-conference second team. As you mentioned, Crayford, Martin, Lefevre, Newberry, Donegan, and Colley. And you can mention the honorable mentions as well, Dave.
Honorable mention for the Rams, August Lazard. Then a freshman, Finley Weymouth, made the honorable mention of the Columbia Conference, and he's just a freshman. The other players on the honorable mention, Drew Newberry, Lucian McHale, and Donald McGregor.
Well-deserved awards for these talented athletes, and congratulations and respect to all the athletes who made the all-conference teams and honorable mentions as well. So 5-1 after 1, and now the Rams have possession. Here comes Newberry, straight down Broadway. Oh, nice pass that time. Just trying to set up a teammate.
Rams now moving from our left to our right.
Rams with those white jerseys with the red lettering.
Cardinal.
Yeah, cardinal lettering with the, call it dark yellow outline, Dave.
Gold.
Dark gold outline, excuse me. Hey, guys, I went to Franklin, not Central Catholic, so it's difficult for me to remember all the colors, right? I mean,
Jack only knows those Franklin colors.
Right? I mean, as a Franklin Quaker, or I guess you would say Franklin Lightning now. I do remember that maroon, gray, and white. A nice dish inside, and now it's Drew Newberry.
Jack was a punter on their football team.
Yeah, that's right. Here come the Rams once again, working their way inside. Oh, a nice fake. Oh, rips it, and it's a good save that time from Wade, the goaltender.
Got his stick down. Ball went straight up in the air. Great save.
It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay on this side, however. Rams have possession. Yeah, in the league conferences, the Rams in the Columbia Conference, on the other end, Oregon City in the Three Rivers Conference. So it will be a shove against the Pioneers. It'll stay here. Rams have it once again. Now it's Crayford hits the deck. Didn't get the call he wanted. Tried to pass it off and instead turns it over, and the goaltender Wade picks it up.
OSAA, not an accredited, boys lacrosse, not a accredited OSAA sport. They're working on that.
Certainly they're working on it. Lacrosse, one of the fastest growing sports in the world.
That's why the conferences don't align with the conferences that schools have for football and basketball. Sometimes there's different teams and different alignments. But
right.
Lacrosse is working on it. Boys volleyball just got certified. There'll be a vote on it in October this year, but they went from 30 teams to 60 teams in 1 year.
Well, that's a lot of teams. It's a big difference.
Lacrosse, of course, will be a Olympic sport in 2028.
Yep.
It'll be box lacrosse, but
interesting. A big shove that time from Central Catholic. The flag comes out, and that time it will be a foul against the Rams. That time it's Josiah Lindsay picks up the penalty. Short stoppage in play as the referees got to report this foul. You know, as an official myself, Dave, you know, as a youth basketball official, you always got to report the fouls, right? You know.
Jack, I congratulate you on being able to be an official.
It's not an easy job, I'll tell you that much. That's all I really need to say.
I tried hard not to abuse officials.
Yeah, right? I feel like everybody does. Well, not everybody tries to not abuse officials.
I didn't say I succeeded all the time.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And it will be a timeout. So Rams elect to take a timeout. I believe the Rams took that one. And there's 9:50 remaining in the second quarter, 5-1. Dave, what have you seen so far?
A little more on defense from Oregon City. Of course, by this time, last time, our score was 2-1. So we haven't had any goals here in the second period. But like I said, better defense from Oregon City, better ball control.
Yeah, Oregon City doing a great job defensively in the second quarter, just haven't given up any goals in the second quarter so far. As you mentioned, they're just trying to stay locked in, and it's just a 4-goal game, and especially in a sport like lacrosse, anything can happen.
And this is a game of runs. You know, you could be down 6 or 7 goals in lacrosse, and in the stretch of 3 or 4 minutes, make it all up. I mentioned last Friday night, I did the Tualatin Central Catholic game. Tualatin got 3 goals in the first 6 minutes, and Central Catholic took a timeout and didn't give up another goal the last 42 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And won the game 7-3.
It's astonishing stuff. Kind of like how in the NBA playoffs, the Pacers were down by, I think, 14 points with about 6 minutes remaining against the Knicks, and they ended up winning that game in OT.
Did I ever tell you what state I was born in?
I think it is Indiana, right?
It is Indiana.
That's right. So, hey, your Pacers looking pretty good right now. They're currently up, I believe, 1-0, right? It's in Game 2 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Or Game 3, or Game 2, right? It's Game 2. Yeah.
I was actually born in South Bend, so I tend to be a Notre Dame fan. I know that's kind of a team that draws a lot of opinion either way.
Yeah, that's fair. Pacers and the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. On the other end, on the Western Conference, it is the T-Wolves against the OKC Thunder. You know, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander just won the MVP over Jokic. Interesting stuff. Oh, a shot and a goal! The Pioneers get back on the board. Book it. Put his arm up there like he was shooting a three there. Nice celebration, too, to put the cherry on top of that one. What a goal.
Did you get the number? It's the guy.
That time it was number 19. It's Lucas Iabani with the goal. Coming with 9:26 remaining in the second quarter, Dave.
Iabani saw a hole that time and just arrowed it right in that slot.
It's like he was doing archery. He just took his shot and got the bullseye. It's like it's a game of darts. Just he's shooting it and he just gets the bullseye.
9:26 the time on that goal. Here's the draw.
And now it's the Pioneers on the attack. Once again, they turn it over. Ball's being kicked around now like it's soccer. And it's ultimately picked up by the Rams. Oh, a nice fake. Full head of steam. Here comes McHale. McHale plays it off to Crayford. Inside a shot, and it ricochets wide. What a save from Wade.
Crayford with 2 goals already and had a shot right there at that one.
Right. He's looking for his third.
Wade with a great save, Trent Wade.
It will still be Rams possession with 8:45 left in the second quarter. 5-2 the score. Rams on top by 3.
Shot that time high. Orozco had his stick up and deflected it over the top of the net.
Here comes Crayford once again. A shot just over the bar goes out, but it stays in favor of the Rams.
I'm sorry, I said Orozco. I meant Wade that time on that last save. Another good save right there.
Oh, a nice spin around working inside. Good defensive stand from the Pioneers, and now it's Oregon City looking for some revenge.
I want to see a wraparound goal.
Oh, and here comes Wade. We call this a keeper run. Wow. Trent Wade, the goalie, just shoving dudes off of him until he's ultimately hacked.
Hold on, he's got 5 seconds. He's got 5 seconds.
And the referee said he's got 5 seconds. You know, Wade's got some time to scurry back into the goaltender's box, and he's definitely jogging, that's for sure.
He was more than jogging.
We call that a fast jog. Not quite a sprint, but more of a brisk jog.
Wade came all the way out to about 2 yards short of the net. Short of the midfield line.
That was interesting. I've never seen that in my life.
I've not seen a goalie come out that far.
Yeah, that's interesting. Here comes a shot. Oh, another great save from Wade. Let's see if he can repeat history and go for another goalie run. This time he plays it safe, elects to play it up. Oh, a nice cutback. Loses possession of the ball, however. Some physical play in the middle, some shoving going on. Referee blows his whistle, and it will be a push against Central Catholic. It's going the other way now. Here come the Pioneers, Dave.
Wade made a good save on that last one. He had his stick chest high. The shot went high, and he managed to get that stick up and block that shot.
Right, it was a great save from him. To be a good goaltender, you have to have elite awareness and alertness, certainly. Working inside a shot. Oh, and it's a great save. Ramirez Orozco makes himself look big and makes the stop. Referee blows his whistle. It's a turnover. Now Ramirez Orozco decides to play it all the way, lobs it up in the middle. Here comes Crayford again. Crayford with the great pass, a shot, and it's in. Wow, what a finish that time. It's August Lazat gets himself on the score sheet. Make it 6-2.
Lazat on the pass from Crayford. The time on that, 7:10.
Crayford set him up perfectly, and Lazat was in the right spot. Lazat was in the right slot. In the right spot and slot at the right time, and all he had to do was just catch and shoot it like it's Klay Thompson spotting up for a three-pointer. And that time, he drilled it. He was ready for the moment that time. Lazat with a beautiful finish. He made it look easy that time, Dave.
I was good friends with Klay Thompson's dad, Michael Thompson, and one time when we were doing the show.
Oh, what a save that time from Ramirez Orozco. Might be the save of the night so far. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
One time we were doing the show and Michael brought Klay to the show. Klay was 3 years old, sat on my lap. I haven't had a chance to talk to him since then, but someday I'll remind him that.
Yeah, right. Since then, he has at least a couple more rings since we saw him last, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So he is my favorite player.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Klay Thompson's a really fun player to watch. Even though I'm a Blazers fan growing up, he used to torch the Blazers.
And a good guy.
Yeah, really. Seems like a stand-up dude. Now he's in the Mavericks. Well, things have gotten interesting for the Mavericks. They just got the #1 pick after trading Luka. Now you know they're probably going to get Cooper Flagg now. That's interesting.
I would not trade that for Antetokounmpo.
That's just crazy. There's just so much going on in the world of sports right now. Here comes Crayford, passes it back outside. Rams thought about a shot. Yeah, it's definitely interesting now that Giannis Antetokounmpo probably was going to leave the Bucks sometime soon too. That's interesting to ponder that one.
6-2 our score. 6:03 left to go here in the first half, halfway through the second period.
Here come the Rams once again. Crayford whips it around. Going around the perimeter now. Oh, a nice spin around. Oh, it's a great save from Wade. Makes himself big and makes the big time stop. .5:45 remaining, 6-2 the score. Crayford trying to extend the Rams' lead. Cross-field pass. Now they're going back up top. Working inside. Stutter stepping. Trying to evade the defense. Solid pass back outside. Good defensive pressure. Here's Martin again. Mr. Hat-trick. Oh, and it's just over the bar that time on the attempt from Dylan Schmick. Didn't get enough control behind that one, and it goes over the bar out of bounds.
Schmick had done a couple of spin moves on the just prior on that play and then got in the middle and went straight at the net.
Yeah, Schmick knew what he wanted to do that time, and it was just shoot when he had the chance. It was just over the bar. And now it's another ground ball that both teams are fighting for. Cluster of bodies in the middle, and it's ultimately picked up by Crayford. He's shoved, working outside a little bit, backing down the defense. Gets it.
Happened prior to that action in front of the net.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the verdict is here from the official. Unsure.
They're talking about it right in front of the net, and they've had the players off. Going to give everybody a chance to cool down a little bit.
Sometimes as a broadcaster, you have to let the moment speak for itself and just have some time to listen to what they're saying.
There's at least 2 flags down on the field.
Referees are going to discuss this one, talk it over before they come to a official consensus. Interested to see what the call is here. My guess is it's going to be a double penalty, likely.
6-2 our score. It was 5-1 at the end of one. Iobani with a goal for Oregon City and Lazat with a goal for Central Catholic here in the second.
Martin with a hat trick after 1 quarter for the Rams, Dave.
I'll say this, Oregon City's got much more aggressive on defense, and the Rams, they're maybe just a little bit upset with that. Crayford took a big hit off to the right side of the net about 30 seconds before that action happened where we were shoving each other. So that was retaliation for something that happened earlier.
Tempers are certainly flaring, just like the sun. The sun is flaring, tempers are flaring.
Jack's worried he's going to get a sunburn.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get a sunburn. I just accepted it. You know, it's okay. It's okay. I'm fair-skinned, you know, it happens, right? 4:52 left in the second quarter, 6-2 the score. Rams on top by 4 as the referees having a rather lengthy discussion about this one. But, hey, at the end of the day, you know, as a former soccer official and current basketball official, you have to make the right call, and you have to really make sure that you're making the right call, right? So, I mean, officials, respect to them for what they're doing here.
Well, the object is to get it right.
Yeah, got to get it right.
Officials' goal is to get to the end of the game and nobody's talking about them.
100%, yeah. Objectiveness is a key goal for most officials. Unless you are Tim Donahue betting on games, like the former NBA ref that used to bet on games. So,
hey, I want to tell you about the upcoming baseball and softball playoffs that are coming up. They
Right.
start on Monday. Round one of the girls, both Central Catholic girls and boys made the playoff. The girls play 5 p.m. Monday against McNary in McNary. Girls ranked number 20th. McNary was ranked 13th.
Yep.
They'll play at 5 o'clock in Salem. The boys play. They also play at 5 o'clock. They're the number 3 ranked seed. They play at Walker Stadium at Lentz Park, and they will play Century, who is ranked number 30th. So Oregon Sports Feed will bring you the boys game on Monday at 5 o'clock from Walker Stadium. Join us for Central Catholic playoff baseball.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good game.
If those teams win, the next action, the second round game for both of them, will be on Wednesday. If the Rams win, that'll be a home game for them in round 2.
So referees still talking this one over. The main official is by the scores table. So I'm interested to see what the call is here.
Let's see. Can you see any players standing over there in the penalty area?
We got at least, yeah, we got Crayford standing near the penalty box, and we got one player for the Pioneers kneeling down there. So it's Crayford and Lazat are both going to be penalized, it looks like, as they are going to the penalty, we'll call it the penalty box.
Can't see who that is for Oregon City. I think it's only one player, but
yeah, it looks like just one player. We'll update you guys on the number momentarily. It looks like my eyesight's not that great, but it's also not that bad. So I mean, it looks like 19 if I'm not mistaken. So that would be
Iabani.
Yeah, that would be Lucas Iabani. Yeah, so Iabani along with Lazat and Crayford headed to the penalty box to take a seat.
Well, Crayford is the one that pushed the Oregon City player right in front of the net, pushed him down.
Right, and now it's Oregon City start things off after 3 different fouls committed in one play. That was definitely interesting. And now it's Lefevre on the attack. Rams looking for another one, a wide open shot, and it's a goal. Central Catholic.
Weymouth.
That time it's Weymouth, the freshman, with a goal. A phenomenal finish from Weymouth. What a finish. What a finish from Weymouth.
13 seconds after we started the action, after the penalty calls, Weymouth scores.
And Weymouth, a honorable mention this year on the all-conference team.
As a freshman.
And he's a freshman attacker, number 19. So Findlay Weymouth gets on the board to make it 7-2 with 4:31 left in this first half, Dave. That was a great finish. Here comes another face-off. Referee blows his whistle, and we're live again. Here come the Pioneers. This time it's Chase Cottle taking their time, steadily walking around, contemplating how they're going to attack here. Benny Sussbauer with possession.
2 players in the penalty box for the Rams, 1 for the Pioneers.
Oh, a tough shot and a great save that time from Mira Orozco. And now it's the Rams on the attack once again. Oh, nice pass, a shot. Oh, and that time it rolls in.
The goalie.
Wade unable to contain it, and he spills it, and it rolls in to the back of the net. So the Rams get another goal.
Wade did, in fact, stop the initial shot. It dropped out of his stick and down and then bounced into the net. So I'm not sure if we saw actually who got credit for the goal. The time on it was 3:41.
I believe that time it was Lefevre.
Okay. Gus Lefevre, number 6.
So with 3:41 left in this first half, Lefebvre gets on the board to make it an 8-2 game. Rams on top by 6, Dave.
If you had asked me when we started this game, I would have said, I don't think the Rams will have 8 goals by halftime. Well, we've still got 3 minutes to go, and they have 8 goals.
That's why I love sports, the unpredictability of them.
You know, the names that we mentioned when we were running down the list of the all-conference players, you know, Martin was there, Crayford was there, Weymouth was an honorable mention, Lefebvre was there. They've all got a goal tonight.
That's right. So 3:41 left in this first half, 8-2 the score. Rams currently with quadruple the amount of goals the Pioneers have amassed in this game. So timeout for Central Catholic. So they're talking things over, going over the game plan. As we're here at Delta Park at Strasser Field in Portland, Oregon. If you're just joining us, I'm Jack McArthur alongside Dave Hall. You are watching the first round of the OHSLA playoffs. As you mentioned, it's not officially, lacrosse is not officially a sanctioned sport by all high schools yet because they need to focus on the realignment and the official alignment.
You know, I think they started in 1999. They've made a big push here in the last couple of years trying to get the number of teams up. I know the boys teams are up over 50. The girls, I think, are in the hard to get that up, especially since lacrosse is an Olympic sport in 28. That's why it's so amazing that volleyball went from 30 to 60 teams in 1 year.
And now they have like a pro volleyball league, which is pretty cool.
I did the volleyball game 2 nights ago. The boys played Sherwood and swept them 3-0. They're the number 1 ranked team in the state.
Nice. Sure, that was fun to call. Yeah, I've called women's volleyball. One of these days I'll call some men's volleyball. But nevertheless, lacrosse is also an extremely intriguing sport to watch and to call, to be able to call. Here come the Pioneers once again. They trail by 6, 8-2 with 3:25 left in the second quarter. Pioneers on the attack, weaving through traffic. Nice pass ahead, picks it up with his hand like it's a hockey puck. And we have a player that's injured, and we're going to have a stoppage and play. Hopefully he's all right.
And there was a big push in the end zone as Lefebvre picked up one of the Pioneer players and pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah, so no flag called that time on that shove. He must have hit the ground really. Well, Norton working. Norton passes it back outside, and now it's the Pioneers weaving their way through traffic once again. Oh, a nice stutter step. And now it's Isaac Heitschmidt with possession. Referee blows his whistle.
All the penalties, I believe, are up. I believe everybody's out on the field now.
Looks like we got a substitution, and now it's Cole Norton twisting his stick around, and now he's working behind the goal. Oh, a nice outlet pass. Oh, and it's a great save by Ramirez Orozco. And now it's Central Catholic with the counter looking to attack. Here comes Owen Donegan. Donegan going coast to coast. Drops the ball, it goes out of bounds, and the Pioneers take advantage of that one. 2:09 left in the second quarter, 8-2 the score. Rams on top.
The goal scorer, Itabani, to throw it in.
Oh, almost intercepted that time by Donegan. And here come the Pioneers going inside. Oh, an outstanding stop from Ramirez Orozco. An outlet pass to Newberry. Drops a defender in the process and trucks another one. Well, I think that had to hurt for both players.
You could hear that collision up here.
That was a clash if I've ever seen one, Dave.
Ty Newberry.
Yeah, Ty Newberry.
A big hit and goes down himself.
He just hit-sticked a guy while hit-sticking himself. They both hit the deck, Dave.
We're down to 1:25 left to go here in the second period.
Rams with possession, trying to extend their lead. 8-2, they're on top by 6. At the end of the first quarter, it was 5-1. Rams led by 4. Now they lead by 6. Here comes Drew Newberry, brother of Ty Newberry. Rams working once again. A spin around from Finley Weymouth. Almost goes out of bounds, and it's just barely kept in by Drew Newberry, and he finds Lefevre. Lefevre working in the middle, stunner steps, backs up a little bit. He's being hacked at, certainly. It's a shot, and it was a good stop that time by Trent Wade, the goalie.
That was that was Joe Denny on the...
That's right, it was Denny that time. Bounces in the area. A little bit of pushing and shoving transpiring, ultimately picked up by the Pioneers, and the referee blows his whistle. That's going to stop the clock. He throws a flag. That's a big shove from Central Catholic.
You know, Ty Newberry hit the deck over here. That's Drew Newberry, who delivered a big hit on the other side.
So Newberry delivers a big hit, and Rich Abraham hits the turf. And the referee blew his whistle, threw the flag up, and that stopped the play momentarily. 8-2 the score, 20 seconds left in the second period.
Drew Newberry goes over, takes a seat in the sin bin.
So Drew Newberry, takes a seat. We have about 12 seconds left in the second quarter. And looks like they're just going to run it out. Oregon City with possession, and that is going to do it. There's the horn. That's going to do it. The termination of the first half. 8-2 the score. Rams on top by 6 after 2. 2 down, 2 more to go. Dave, your first half thoughts?
Great offensive production by the Central Catholic Rams, always on the attack. Lately here in the second period, playing really stout defense. Some big hits we saw. On the other hand, Oregon City, 1 goal in each period. Not going to be enough. Rams got 5 in the first, 3 in the second.
Yeah, that's right. After the end of the first quarter, it was 5-1. Rams were on top by 4, and now the halftime score 8-2. Well, that's going to do it for us in this first half. I've been Jack McArthur alongside Dave Hall. You're watching Oregon Sports beat Central Catholic against Oregon City. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more action left when we return after this short break. 8-2 the score. Rams on top. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this halftime break.
Wow.
Welcome back into Delta Park at Strasser Field. I'm Jack McArthur alongside Dave Hall, and you're watching Oregon Sports with Oregon's leader in live local sports. It is Central Catholic boys lacrosse against Oregon City, and it's 8-2 at halftime.
Jack, I mentioned earlier there's two separate tournaments going on in the boys lacrosse. One is the championship bracket. There are 24 teams in the championship bracket. They're all in action tonight except for the teams that are seeded. There are 16 teams that are in what's called the Cascade Cup. They actually play for a trophy. It's sort of like a consolation bracket. All their games were last night. Let me give you the first round scores in those games. Beaverton beat Thurston 13-5. Mountain View over Ridgeview 13-7. Forest Grove beat West Albany 23-7. Corvallis beat Tigard 9-8. Roseburg over Century 13-6. Sheldon over Marist 7-5. Wells beat Aloha 8-4. And Lake Oswego beat Burns 15-2. Can you imagine that? Lake Oswego was playing Burns.
15-2. Wow. Well, that is a smothering if I've ever seen one.
And if the Rams win this game tonight, they'll play again next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock at Lincoln High School against Lincoln, a team that had a bye tonight.
Nice. So lots of action going on. And as I previously mentioned, whoever goes on to win this game will face off against the 4-seeded Lincoln Cardinal next Tuesday, the 27th of May.
There are teams that have long histories of being excellent in lacrosse. OES is one, Jesuit's another, Lincoln is another, so it'll be a tough test for the Rams.
Yeah, lots of talented teams, certainly. So we're about a minute away from the start of this second half. 8-2 the score. Rams on top by 6, and there was a lot of scoring that went on in the first half.
You'll like this. I did the boys volleyball first round game, Central Catholic and Sherwood, on Wednesday night. Central Catholic won that game. You know who they play next?
Who?
Franklin.
Nice.
Jack's school.
Yep, I definitely like that. Used to be the Quakers, and now they're the Lightning, right? Don't know if I like that as much, but hey, you know what? They didn't ask me, what to change it to. So
There's a bill in the Oregon legislature right now to change what they call offensive team nicknames. That's what happened to Franklin. They dropped Quakers and became the Lightning, but apparently there were about 100 schools that were identified as that, and I think about 70 of them have made the change. There are some that haven't. The legislature got involved in this. Wants to pass a bill that'll force those schools to change their names.
Interesting. Yeah, Otteby Wells used to be Wilson, and McDaniel used to be Madison.
My first 4 years working for Oregon Sports Beat, I did Wilson football. I have a kind of an attraction for Wilson. Also, I did Lincoln football for 3 years, and I also like the Cardinal. Both teams headed out. In goal for the Rams, it is, as we said, first team all-conference Adrian Ramirez Orozco, and in goal for Oregon City, it is Trent Wade.
That's right. Yeah, just about ready to get the second half underway. The sun is beaming. A couple gusts of wind picking up.
8 goals for the Rams, 3 by Martin, 2 by Crayford, 1 by August Lazat, 1 by Finley Weymouth, and 1 by Gus Lefevre. For Oregon City, their 2 goals, one is by Benny Sussbender, and the other is by Lucas Iabani.
Central Catholic Rams with those white jerseys with the Cardinal lettering, gold outline, and the Oregon City Pioneers with those black jerseys, red lettering, and the white outline. As we're just about ready to get the second half underway, Dave.
Another school, Oregon City, with a long history of sports excellence. At one time, for a couple of years, they had a run where they were ranked #1 in the nation in girls basketball.
Wow. Here come the Pioneers to start things off. As that one ricochets wide, it'll stay in favor of the Pioneers. Referee blows his whistle and we're live once again. That one takes a bounce. Here come the Pioneers once again. Now it's the Rams on the counter. This one, oh, and he shoved, almost shoved out of bounds. Or shoved out of bounds, it just didn't fall that time. It was a shove against, it was a shove that time by 19. That's the goal scorer from earlier, Lucas Iabani, and the player that got shoved is number 3.
Liam Casey.
That's right, Liam Casey. Iabani against Casey once again. Back outside. Nice fake from Heidschmidt.
Jack, we did a game one time. One of the players got pushed out of bounds and fell right in front of our crowd mics and picked it up and said hi.
That's pretty funny. And that one goes out of bounds. It will be the Pioneers who have possession still. Oh, a nice fake. Looking for the wraparound. It's a beautiful dish. Shoved outside of the area, and they turn it over. Here come the Rams with a full head of steam. This time it's Casey working. Weaving his way inside, cradles it. Now it's Casey back out to Crayford, who finds Lefevre up top. Casey gonna take a rest. This time it's Schmick replacing him. And now Schmick has possession. 8 to the score, 10:25 left in this third quarter. Still plenty of lacrosse left to be played.
I'm still waiting for a wraparound goal.
Right. Lazat to Lefevre. Spins around his stick a couple times. Plays it back out. Working in the middle are the Rams. Stutter stepping their way through the defense. Behind the goaltender now. Crayford all the way back outside. Now it's Lefevre taking over. Lefevre. Oh, what a shot and a great save by Wade.
Wade tracked that one the whole way, got his hands up, got the stick up, made the save.
A double shove that time from Central Catholic.
And Lefevre in on that.
So it's going to be a foul against Lefevre. He is going to be subbed off. It is Casey replacing him. So a short break for Casey. He's back in the game. And now it's the Pioneers trying to get themselves back into this game. 8-2 the score, 9:20 left in this third quarter. If you're just joining us, I'm Jack McArthur alongside Dave Hall, and you're watching Oregon Sports Beat. It's Central Catholic against Oregon City. First round of the OHS LA playoffs. Picked up by Ramirez Orozco. First team all-conference goaltender. And now it's Newberry with a big pass into the front field. Referee blows his whistle and it dribbles out. And now it's the Pioneers.
Lefevre back on the field.
Right. Referee blows his whistle. Short stoppage in play. A little bit of a discussion here. Referee says, what's going on here between Newberry and that time 15? That is Abraham Rich. So a little bit of a discussion and a dispute, if you will, transpiring here. Interested to see what the call is.
At the end of the first half, both Newberries, Drew and Ty, were very physical.
100%. We saw lots of clashes going on, including that big one near midfields where Newberry and a player on the Pioneers, they both hit the deck at the same time while Newberry was hit sticking him. So now it's the Pioneers on the attack. Nice pass forwards, goes out of bounds. And it goes out. Rams possession with 8:34 remaining in this third quarter. Speaking of Newberry, there he is. Ty Newberry. His brother is Drew Newberry. Rams on the attack. Whips a shot. It goes just over the bar that time. A solid effort.
Do you think Drew Newberry was a little frustrated when he wound up and let that one fly?
Yeah, seemed a little bit aggravated. Maybe just a little bit.
Boy, he put something on that one.
Yeah, he put some juice behind that one.
That was a Randy Johnson fastball.
Yeah, that was a really, really fast shot. It was just about half a foot over the bar. Wade being pressured. Oh, he's tried to. Oh, wow. He tried to just.
I thought that might roll over the line.
He tried to punch it in that time. It almost rolled in, but it's good awareness from the Pioneers as they were not going to let that slide that time. 8-2 the score. Rams on top by 6. 7:54 remaining in the third quarter. And the Rams decide to call a timeout, I believe.
Wade looked down that time, saw the ball was on the ground rolling towards the net, took a step forward and poked it away.
Yeah, he panicked. He was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, what is going on?
And then he had to just poke it away. It was good awareness from him. So looks like no timeout, just a short stoppage in play for a discussion. I think the referees are going to talk that last play over. And now it is a timeout for Central Catholic. So Pioneers down by 6. I know that their head coach, Jack Cross, emphasized quality over quantity. I think that both sides have had a fair amount of quality shots.
It's just that Central Catholic has also had the quantity.
Yeah, right. Central Catholic has had the quality and the quantity so far, especially since they started off the game 2 for 2, right? With just back-to-back goals, 2 shots, 2 goals. Doesn't get much better than that if you're Central Catholic. That's one way to start a game is to score 2 goals in 2 minutes off of 2 shots.
Right.
And now
triple deuces.
Right, yeah, triple deuces, right? And Sam Martin on the Rams, he's got a hat trick, right? After one quarter, he got a hat trick. And now Crayford, I believe,
has 2.
Chasing him with just 2, trying to get his third still.
You know, they had 5 goals, Central did, in the first period. And Martin had the hat trick, and Crayford had his 2 goals. It's 3 different players who scored in the second. Lazat, Weymouth, and Lefevre.
Right.
Rams 5-5 in league, 10-6 overall. Oregon City 1-4 in league, 5-10 overall.
So after that discussion, it appears that it will be Pioneers' possession with just under 8 minutes left in this third quarter. Referee blows his whistle, and we're back here at Strasser Field at Delta Park. Oh, this one bounces forwards in favor of the Pioneers, and they score. Flailing bodies that time as it hits the back of the net. What a finish that time from Cole Norton, the attacker. Finds the back of the net with ease as he was hitting the deck.
He skipped that one in at 7:41.
Right? Skipped it in, and he was flailing to the ground after he shot it. A little bit of an off-balance shot from Cole Norton, but if it isn't broke, don't fix it. So Norton gets on the board, make it 8-3 with 7:41 left in the third quarter, and the referee just threw his flag. So another penalty. And I think this one's going to go against Central Catholic because that time Norton was shoved in the act of shooting.
Oregon City scored the first goal in the second period. Now they've scored the first goal in the third period. They just haven't scored any after that.
Yeah, right.
Rams got a player in the penalty box.
Yep, so it's going to be a penalty against Central Catholic.
It looked to me, let's see.
Looks like 21, if I'm not mistaken.
It is Donald McGregor.
So Donald McGregor picks up the penalty. He's going to go into the sin bin, as you would say, right? Sin bin is what they call it, especially in hockey, right?
Yep,
Isn't that where it originated?
Yep.
Yeah. That's right. So it will be Oregon City with possession.
One of my favorite hockey terms that could also work in lacrosse. He put the biscuit in the basket.
Right. Oh, it's a scramble forward, and the Pioneers are being shoved in the area. Referee says it's going the other way, so turnover against Oregon City. And it goes out of bounds, so turnover against Central Catholic, and it will be Pioneers' possession.
The Oregon City fans not agreeing with that last call.
Yeah, I think some of these fans are just, you know what we would say, Dave? They're unenthused by the referee's discretion. They're just not happy with the referee's calls. And sometimes some people are unenthused, right? It's just part of sports. I've been there. Everyone's been there.
Well, I think the call then was on somebody circling back on the goal.
Yeah, right. It's rolling around in this circle, and it's picked up by the Pioneers. And they almost turn it over. A flag is thrown. Picked up by the Pioneers. It goes out of bounds. Referee blows his whistle. It will be Pioneers' possession. Interested to see who that penalty was against that time.
We're seeing a lot of flags here lately.
Flags wild here.
Yeah.
Not a shortage of flags thrown, we know that much. Don't know how many have been thrown in this game, but hey, at least a couple, right?
We're halfway through the third quarter. Our score, Rams 8, Pioneers 3.
So Rams on top by 5 with 6:53 left in this third quarter. Still a beautiful day in Portland, Oregon. 64-degree weather. And it's picked up by the Pioneers. They turn it over. Here comes the long stick midi. It's Lucien McHale. Round the back. Got a little fancy that time, Lefevre.
Lefevre up in the air, flipped that ball behind his back, trying to get it to Lazat.
Right. And here comes Lefevre again. Twirling around his stick. Backing down. The defense turns around. Lefevre cross field. And he finds Drew Newberry. Newberry with a stutter step. Works his way inside. He's being double teamed on that near that far sideline. It goes to Crayford, back to Newberry. Back to Crayford again. 5:45 remaining in this third quarter. Rams on top by 5. Here comes Crayford, looking to attack. The wraparound just over the bar, and it will stay in favor of the Rams.
Wade got his stick on that and deflected it up high, but tried to get in front of the net, get the shot away.
Here comes Newberry once again. Back up top for Sam Martin. Oh, a shot and it's in! Central Catholic extend their lead. That time it's August Lazat with his second goal of the evening. He's just went away from a hat trick now, Dave. August Lazat with a beautiful finish.
5:17 the time on that goal for Lazat.
So make it 9-3. Rams with thrice as many goals as the Pioneers currently as it stands.
Rams have 3 players with at least 2 goals, 3 by Martin, 2 by Crayford, and 2 by Lazat.
Referee blows his whistle. And there's the face-off, and it's a full head of steam, a shot, and it rolls in. The Pioneers score. That time it was number 15. That's going to be Abe Rich with the goal.
That ball was stopped by the goalie. It was laying on the ground, and Rich poked it in. He didn't shoot that in.
That's right. Yeah, it was initially a shot from, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, originally it was a shot, I believe it was from Iaboni, and then after that it was followed up by Abraham Rich, the midi, who scores. So 9-4 the score, 5:08 remaining.
Goals 9 seconds apart.
Right. That's unreal. 5:08 left in the third quarter after that goal from Abrish, number 15, who just had to poke it in.
And that was a goal off of the draw, straight ahead.
That's right. And now it's the Rams. Here comes Crayford again, working, curling around, weaving his way through traffic. Here comes Crayford. He has an opening, and it's a goal.
Hat trick.
Hat trick for Jack Crayford. He made it look effortless. 2 hat tricks, 1 day for Central Catholic.
Time on that, 4:47.
2 hat tricks in 1 day. That's absolutely remarkable. Martin got his hat trick in the first quarter, and it only took Crayford not even 3 quarters, Dave, about 2.5, to get a hat trick.
Yep.
So 3 goals in less than, or 2 goals in less than a minute.
5:17 was the first goal. 4:17 was the third. Or 4:47.
Here comes Crayford again. Oh, try to bounce that one in. It's a solid save from Wade, who had good awareness that time.
Wade got a stick on that. It was a quick shot by Crayford.
Scramble forward near the center circle. This one's picked up by Lefevre. Here comes Lefevre working. Thought about driving inside. Now decides to work his way on the outside until he ultimately curls in. He's got an opening, and he bounces it in. Wow, what a finish there. A classy finish from Gus Lefevre. What a goal. Make it 11-4.
And Gus now with 2 goals.
So just a flurry of goals here.
4 goals in the stretch of 1 minute and 3 seconds.
That is crazy.
Unfortunately for the Pioneers, 3 of those by the Rams. 11-4 our score.
Yeah, the halftime score was 8-2. At the end of the first quarter, it was 5-1. And now the Rams lead by 7, 11-4, with 4:10 left in this third quarter. Here comes Crayford again. It's a ground ball picked up by Jack Crayford. Twirls around his stick, and now he's trying to go central. Crayford finds an opening, works inside, looking for a teammate. Ultimately finds one. That time it goes all the way to Weymouth.
He was moving left to right, looking for a cutter coming right to left in front, and just missed him, overshot him.
Yeah, I was looking for that outlet pass. And now it's the Rams working once again. Oh, shot from distance, and it's deflected. Solid defensive stand from the Pioneers, trying to keep it in bounds, and they do so. Here comes Lazat. Lazat to Newbury. Oh, and it's a good save from Wade. He read that one like a book. Some adamant remarks from some fans here.
The fans have humor.
Yeah, they definitely do. Well, I guess as a parent of an athlete and as a commentator, you have to have humor, right? That's for sure.
Being a parent, you do have to have humor.
Yeah. Here come the Pioneers working once again, looking for that wraparound shot. And it's going to be a foul against Central Catholic. So, looks like the Pioneers scored that time, and then it was a penalty against the Rams.
You know what I used to say to my kids when they were in high school? You need to make all the important decisions in your life right now while you know everything. Right?
Yeah. So I believe that one hit the back of the net. If I'm not mistaken, that is a goal.
Well, I haven't seen anybody come out to the middle yet.
The referee's near the middle now.
Ah.
I believe it was a goal by number 4. That time it was Cole Norton, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yes, we put a goal up on the board.
So Cole Norton scores, make it 11-5. Rams on top by 6. And it's going to be a penalty against Central Catholic for a shove after the goal scored by Norton, the attacker.
That's Norton's second goal, both here in the third period. He scored the first goal of the third and just scored that goal. The goal's exactly 5 minutes apart. Because we've had 6 goals here, same as we had in the first period.
Yeah, a lot of goals. Here come the Pioneers once again. Referee blows his whistle. 2:23 left in this third quarter. 11-5 the score. Pioneers trail by 6. Still a decent amount of time left in this game. It's been an intriguing one. Here come the Pioneers, wrap around, and that one deflects as that time the goaltender Ramirez Orozco tumbles on the turf. Looks up into the sky.
He went back trying to save that so it would be Rams' ball inbound. Just missed.
Right, just barely missed, and now it's Pioneers' possession. Oh, and it's another goal. The Pioneers with another great finish finds the back of the net. It's Mitch Johnson with his first goal of the evening.
2:08 the time on that.
So just like that, we have ourselves a 5-goal game, 11-6. Well, there definitely hasn't been a shortage of goals in this game, I'll tell you that much.
And the Rams have 3 goals this period. The Pioneers have 4.
Yeah, Pioneers have 4, Rams have 3. The halftime score was 8-2. Rams were on top by 6 going into the break. It's a scramble forward in the center circle, ultimately scooped up by the Rams. Oh, a nice spin cycle. Working in the middle. It's a shot and a goal. Wow, what a beautiful finish from Central Catholic. That time, it's Drew Newberry with the goal. Make it 12-6. Rams on top.
Boy, has he played a tough third period.
So that goal coming with 1:54 left in the third quarter. That was one of the most impressive goals I've seen all day. He did a little spin around and just ripped it from distance. That was definitely a far shot.
And Newberry's going to handle the draw.
Here comes the draw. Referee repositioning the 2 players. Blows his whistle. And it is a fight forward in the middle. Some hacking from the Rams. It's picked up by Central Catholic. Here come the Rams with a lot of speed. Oh, what a pass. Lazat had that one. He just was unable to contain it. It goes out of bounds.
He was sitting there thinking, I need this shot for a hat trick.
Right, yeah. What a pass that time from McHale. It was a beautiful pass and even better reception from Lazat. He was just unable to maintain that one. Turns it over, and now Wade is going to launch this one. It's almost intercepted, and it is picked up by the Pioneers.
Still on the ground.
Still on the ground now. They're trying to pick it up at least.
8 goals this period so far.
Yeah, a lot of goals and a lot of scoring in this quarter. As a Ram hits the deck, will be a short stoppage in play. And some more subs entering the match. It's Lefevre along with Martin back in for Central Catholic.
Between them, they have 5 goals.
Well, right now the Rams on top by 6, 12-6 with 50 seconds left in this third quarter. A shot that goes just over the bar, out of bounds. It'll stay in favor of the Rams.
This goal, let's see, Abe Rich scored a goal, number 15 for Oregon City, sitting right in front of us. Is either his mother or his sister. She's got Rich 15 on the back.
Valid. Mother, sister, girlfriend, we really don't know. But at the end of the day, all we know is that they're supporting Oregon City.
Exactly.
That's right. 38.2 seconds remain in this third quarter. Rams pick it up. Here comes Central Catholic. Rams on the attack. Now it's Weymouth with possession with 25 seconds. The clock is ticking down. looking for that wraparound. Here comes Weymouth. Oh, nice spin around, but he's unable to control it. Picks it right back up. Weymouth evades a couple defenders. He's running out of time. He's got 10 seconds. Going to have to do something with it. Finds Lefebvre. Lefebvre shoots, and it's wide right.
Tried to skip that one in.
Tried to skip it in like it was a flat rock on a lake. And now the Rams pick it up with just seconds. A buzzer shot. Shoots and scores. And the referee says no goal. He didn't get that one off in time. Tried to get it off as time expired, so that goal is not going to count. And that's all she wrote after 3 quarters. 12-6 the scoreline after 3. Rams on top by 6. Dave, your thoughts so far?
Wow, what a different period compared to the others. The first period, Rams outscored Oregon City 5-1. The second, 3-1. That period, 8 goals, 4 for each team to get us to 12-6.
So that, yeah, as you mentioned, a total of 8 goals in 1 quarter. That is just absurd. That's just a lot of scoring. It is what it is.
It's not the most I've seen.
Hey, it's not the most you've seen.
All right, we're headed off to the 6-goal lead for the Rams. 12 minutes of action left.
Speaking of 12, Rams have netted 12 goals, almost at 6. Rams have netted 12 goals. That's a dozen. And, you know, the other side, the Pioneers, half a dozen. 6 goals, so 12-6 the score. It's been a super entertaining game. Still a whole quarter left to be played. A decent amount of time for the Pioneers to try to get themselves back into this game.
I was just looking at the goal scoring for the Rams. Of course, Martin is the only player with a hat trick. Crayford with the hat trick. Martin and Crayford have half the goals. They have 6. Lazat has 2. Lefebvre has 2. Let's see, that's 10 of the 12.
And then additionally, Weymouth has 1. And
Newberry.
then Drew Newberry has 1.
There we go.
Right. And on the other end for Oregon City, Abraham Rich has a goal. Benny Sussbauer has a goal. Lucas Iabani has 1. And Cole Norton has 2. And Mitch Johnson has 1.
Yep. Okay.
So here comes the start of the 4th and final quarter, unless we go to OT, right?
No OT.
Yeah, no OT. So it would just go to, if it was tied, it would just go to what? It would just straight shootouts, right?
I'm going to have to go back and look at the rules.
Yeah, look at the rules, yeah.
They're different for...
100%. They're different for every different age group and every different, whether it's boys or girls, whatever it is, they always change the rules, certainly.
Have to see if they're the same for playoffs as they are for regular season.
Got some pushing and shoving going on in the middle.
Like, what's new?
Yeah, what's new, right? Pushing and shoving, that's unheard of, right? I've never seen that before, especially in a sport like lacrosse, right? Never seen that. Here comes Newberry again, spinning off of a defender, blowing by another one. Hit sticks him.
There's something to be said for putting your shoulder down and being a football player and just bowling over the person in front of you.
I hope Newberry plays football, too. He should just be a running back. Who knows? Maybe he does play football. All I know is that he's good at trucking players. We know that much, right? He knows how to use his body as an athlete, you know. Here come the Rams. Oh, another shove, and it's going to be a foul that time against the brother of... So it's from one Newberry to another. It's going to be a penalty against number 15, Drew Newberry, with the shove that time.
Rams now moving from our left to our right.
So 12-6 the score. Rams on top by 6. 11:07 remaining in this 4th and final quarter. It's going to be a shove and a penalty against Drew Newberry, who scored a goal earlier today in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, lots of penalties have happened in this game. I think that the energy has really shifted, and it's really started to pick up, Dave. It's getting intense. Hey, there is a lot on the line here, right? It is the playoffs.
It picked up about halfway through the 3rd, and It's been very physical since then, although it was physical prior to that time, but it's gotten really physical now. Big hits everywhere.
Yeah, lots of big hits. Looking like football out here. Looking like hockey. When you're just pinning dudes against the glass, you know? But in hockey, it's legal to do that. That's the funny thing about hockey.
Lizzo was just out there showing his teammates how he hit one of the other players.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Hey, man, I just trucked him like this. That's what I did. I extended my arm out, man. So, after the short stoppage, referee blows his whistle, and the Pioneers have possession now. 11 minutes remaining in this fourth and final quarter, and there's another goal. The Pioneers get on the board once again. This time it is Isaac Heitschmidt gets on the tally, gets on the score sheet, and gets a tally there for the first time tonight. Heitschmidt with his first goal of the evening to make it 12-7, Dave.
Let me tell you, that was a shot from the side, straight on at the goalie. He didn't have his stick square. He had his stick turned just at a slight angle, and that ricocheted right in the net.
Expert analysis from Dave. Yeah, I think that, as you mentioned, Ramirez Orozco, he tried to get to it, but it ricocheted, and he just kind of spilled it, you know? It just ricocheted in. That happens in soccer, too, when a goalie tries to make a crazy diving save, and then it just, you know, they get a finger on it, but it still goes in. You know, they get a tip on it, but they just can't fully stop it, and it just rolls in the back of the net. Here come the Pioneers once again. Rams bring the double team, and he goes out of bounds. Forgot where it was at. Past the blue lines that time as the Pioneers turn it over. Chase Cottle goes out of bounds, and now it's Rams' ball. Newbury just drives through the double team.
You know, I sense urgency on the part of Oregon City. They decided that they're going to go for this right now.
Right, and here comes Crayford with the ball. Tosses it backwards to Lefevre. Now Lefevre exemplifying patience. He is definitely not in a rush right now, Dave. If you're the Rams, you're up by 5. You're just trying to control the tempo of this game. As Coach Sanford mentioned to me pregame, one of the keys to the game for the Rams was to control TOP, time of possession, just to control the tempo of the game through the clock.
Right, you can run a little time off
run
here.
A little time off. You know, why not? You're up by 5 with 10 minutes remaining. But if you're the Pioneers, you definitely got to just move fast. This time is not on your side. You got about 10 minutes to get 5 goals to tie it up, and that's if they don't give up another one.
You know, they've got possession. Going to run up court, see if they can cut that down.
Oh, and Wade spills it.
Look out.
Wide open net. Here comes Lazat with a shot and a finish with an empty net. Lazat takes advantage of the miscue by the Pioneers, finds the back of the net, and now it's 13-7 after that Lazat goal.
Goalie dropped the ball that time. Lazat picked it up, and you know what that is, don't you?
A hat trick.
It is a hat trick.
And it's also a hat trick of players that have a hat trick.
Right.
So it's 3 players for the Rams that have a hat trick. The initial hat trick was Sam Martin in the first quarter. After 2.5 quarters, Jack Crayford got a hat trick. And then now with 9:50 in the fourth quarter, it's August Lazat with a hat trick of goals.
Lazat has a goal in the second, third, and now in the fourth. 13-7 our score.
So 13-7 the score. Rams on top by 6 with just under 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And it's picked up by Newbury.
He just out-muscled the Pioneer player to get that ball and pick it up.
Here comes Newbury. Taking his time. Oh, a nice cutback. Fakes the defender, gets in the middle, finds an opening, goes back outside to Lefevre all the way back. Oh, and now he's cradling in the area. Shot. Oh, and it's a good save. The second chance efforts, and it's back-to-back saves from Trent Wade as he throws it all the way up into the other side of the field. It dribbles out. And now it's the Rams with possession.
Down there in front of the net, did you see Schultz jump up in the air and try to grab the ball and just dip it in?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Now it's Dylan Schmick with possession, plays it out wide to Ralph Schultz. Schultz with a nice fake. Here comes Lefebvre. Finds an opening in the middle. Oh, a good save from Wade. First to it. Trent Wade flicks that one forwards. It's spilled. Ultimately picked up by the Pioneers. Flag hits the ground. And now it's Cole Norton with possession. Hits the brakes. Turns around. Looking for a teammate. Going all the way back outside. Retracing his steps, if you will. Going all the way back. And now it's the Pioneers working once again. Oh, it's a great save from Ramirez Orozco.
Delayed penalty. If Rams just touch the ball, they'll enforce the penalty now.
And that's the most Isaac Heitschmidt with a shot there and a great save from the goaltender, Ramirez Orozco. 8:03 on the clock. 13-7 the score. Rams on top by 6. Short stoppage momentarily. Gives some time for the Rams and the Pioneer players to banter a little bit over there, just talk amongst themselves.
Rams ranked number 13. They have 13 goals. Pioneers ranked 20. They have 7.
Well, they don't have 20 goals yet. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Just 7. They're almost halfway there. Just a few more.
Rams have a player in the penalty box.
And here come the Pioneers on the attack. Oh, a nice lob pass. Oh, it ricochets off of the post. And now it's the Rams on the attack. They lose control of it. Pioneers bring the double team, executed that perfectly. A nice pass inside, a shot, and it just sails over the bar.
He wound up, turned sideways to shoot that, and shot it sideways.
Oh, a sideways shot, and that one ricochets wide once again.
That shot squared up right in front that time was number 14.
That was Isaac Heitschmidt again.
Heitschmidt, and he looked and then shot it wide. Boy, the Pioneers are putting pressure on. And
there's the breakthrough for the Pioneers. Speaking of pressure, they just applied it, Dave. Wow, what a finish that time by number 16, Benny Sussbauer. His second goal of the evening. Make it 13-8 with 7:21 left in the fourth and final quarter. So Sussbauer gets his second goal of the evening, and now the Rams are on top by 5.
Sussbauer now with 2 goals for Oregon City. And let's see, I'm just looking to see if anybody else has 2. Heitschmidt has 1.
Referee blows his whistle. It's a penalty against the Pioneers. Picked up by the Rams. Big opportunity. They shoot and score. Central Catholic find the back of the net for the 14th time tonight. That time it's Lucian McHale with the finish.
And that goal, let's see, 7:15, 6 seconds after the last goal.
2 goals in almost 2 seconds. 2 goals in 6 seconds there, as Lucian McHale finds the back of the net to make it 14-8.
Every time Oregon City cuts it to 5 and wants to cut it further, the Rams come back with a goal.
Yeah, the Rams answer every single time that the Pioneers are knocking on the door. The Pioneers, they knock on the door and they're just creeping up on the Rams. And then, as you mentioned, the Rams just come back with a goal. It seems like almost every time that we've witnessed it so far in this game.
There's a trip.
So there's a trip there, as you mentioned. 14-8 the score. Rams on top by 6 with just over 6 minutes left in this fourth quarter. 7 minutes remaining.
Ben Kennedy in the game now for Central Catholic.
Oh, a nice outlet pass. Spilled it. Picked up by Newbury. I think I know what he's going to do here. probably go coast to coast. Here he goes. Newbury shoots, and it just goes wide left.
He wound up. Boy, I tell you what, both of the Newberries got hard shots.
They definitely have heart, that's for sure. They play with a lot of passion. And that's something you need to be a successful athlete, certainly. Nice spin around move from Martin. Drops it momentarily, being double teamed. Spins around a couple defenders and finds the back of the net. Martin with his 4th goal of the evening to make it 15-8.
Time on that goal, 6:31. Jack, we have a major problem. I made out my score sheet for earlier. I set it all up. 2 more goals, I'm going to run out of room.
Oh, well, I think you might need to get a new sheet of paper.
Might need to do that.
So 3 players with a hat trick on this Rams side.
Including Martin now with 4.
So it's Martin, Crayford, and Lazat who all have hat tricks for Central Catholic. And additionally,
Lefevre has 2.
I guess Martin has more than a hat trick now. He's got a hat trick and a 3rd now. He's got 4
I'm trying to remember if that has a specific name to it.
I mean, he's 2 goals away from a double hat trick, right? Or do you have to call it something else once a player gets 6 goals?
I think a double hat trick is 6 goals.
Yeah, right. But I guess, once they hit that 6 goal mark, I guess you can call it a double hat trick. Or maybe there's a different name for that. Who knows? Maybe we'll create it one of these days. We can witness 6 goals by a certain player. That'd be cool to witness. So now Central Catholic on top by 7, 15-8, 6:10 remaining in this game. They turn it over. Here come the Pioneers kicking the ball forwards. Scooped up, ultimately flicked forwards. A shove from the Rams. That time it is a foul committed by Central Catholic. It will be against 14. That's Dylan Schmick.
One of my favorite terms in sports, you know what it's called when a batter strikes out 4 times in a game?
0 for 4. No, what is it called?
It's called a golden sombrero.
Well, when a player strikes out 4 times in a game?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't get the connection, but that's what it's called.
That's definitely interesting. I've never went to an MLB or went to an MLB game where a player has striked out 4 times, or witnessed a baseball game in my life where a player has striked out 4 times.
I saw it. Reggie Jackson do it.
Wow, really? Yeah. Reggie Jackson, he's a legend of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to a few MLB games in my life. I did see Cody Bellinger hit a walk-off back in, I believe, 2019 in L.A. when he was still in the Dodgers. It was Dodgers against Cubs, and ironically enough, now he plays for the Cubs. Or no, he actually now he's on the Yankees, isn't he?
Yep.
Oh, a shot that goes wide left. He was on the Cubs last year, but got picked up by the Yankees recently. So that one goes wide left. 5:39 left in this 4th and final quarter. Rams on top by 7, 15-8 the score. If you're just joining us, I'm Jack McArthur alongside Dave Hall. You're watching Oregon Sports Beat for the OHS LA Men's Lacrosse Playoffs. The first round, Central Catholic against Oregon City.
This ties for the second biggest lead of the game. Rams led 11-4. Now they lead 15-8.
Here come Oregon City looking to cut away at that deficit, cut it down. And now it's Heidschmidt working inside. Plays it back out. Finds Norton. Up top, slings a shot that goes wide left. That time Chase Cottle unable to get the best angle on that one.
And the Pioneers working very hard to screen the goalie. That time they had 2 players right in front, moving back and forth, trying to screen him on shots.
They're working diligently. Oh, and he rips a shot from distance, and it's a great save from Ramirez Orozco. An outlet pass, and he finds a running Donegan. Donegan, full head of steam. Finds Weymouth with a shot that it's a great save from the goaltender, Wade.
Weymouth just spun around and fired that shot. He didn't waste any time getting the shot off. Fortunately, Wade was waiting for it.
Right, Wade was definitely waiting for that one. 4:32 left in this 4th quarter. Rams on top by 7. Oh, a nice outlet pass inside, and it's a goal. Bounces it in that time. What a beautiful finish from number 16. That time it is Benny Sussbauer with his 3rd goal of the evening. You know what that means, Dave?
Hat trick.
That's a hat trick.
That coming at 4:23.
So 4 hat tricks, 1 game. Pretty exhilarating stuff we're witnessing.
Sussbrenner with 2 here in the 4th.
So 15-9 the score. Rams on top by 6 with under 6 minutes remaining. Just 4:23 left in this 4th quarter as there's another face-off now. Referee blows his whistle. 2 players spinning around. Blows his whistle. And it's going to be a foul against Oregon City. Rams pick it up, and here comes Newberry once again being held. Being hacked at. Newberry being hit. Being hit again here. Newberry, as he finally just runs by him and passes it back up top. Here come the Rams once again. That time try to find Weymouth, and they turn it over. The goaltender Wade with a quick outlet pass. Now they're going to go cross field. Here comes Noah Klink. Oh, a nice pass up top to Norton. Norton with some space. What can he do with it? Nice outlet pass. Try to flick it in. And it's a great save from Ramirez Orozco. And now it's Casey with the counter being hacked at with a lot of speed. Casey curls his way in the middle. Nice outlet pass. And it's a good save from Wade. So 3 minutes remaining in this game. Rams on top by 6. 15-9. Here comes Jeremy Seaman. Seaman finds Norton. Norton working his way inside. Now he centralizes the play to Heidschmidt. Yeah, if you're the Pioneers, you got to have urgency right now. Down by 6 with 2:40, you got to get a goal right here. Isaac Heidschmidt working his way inside, backs up a little bit. Trying to work through Lefevre, a shot, and it's a good save from Ramirez Orozco, who finds the quick pass.
Tried to skip that one in low, and Orozco was down on his knees. Orozco was down on his knees and stopped that in his goalie stick.
Yep, great effort from Orozco. And now it is Lefevre who finds Weymouth. Finley Weymouth, the freshman, plays it back up top to Crayford. Whipping it around the area, a shot that's way over the bar that time. Not enough control behind that one from Central Catholic. That time it was 14. That is Dylan Schmick with a shot that sailed over the bar.
Just about ready to tick under 2 minutes.
So a timeout from Oregon City with 2:02 remaining in this 4th and final quarter as the wind is ultimately starting to pick up now. Rams on top by 6. Dave, what stood out to you the most in this 4th quarter especially?
Well, the thing that stands out the most to me looking is we've got 24 goals in this game.
Kobe Bryant, right? Whenever I think of 24, just got to go Kobe there. I mean,
24 goals.
I mean, he wore number 8, he wore 24, one of the best pure scorers of all time. Yeah, 24 goals. That's a lot of goals. Is that the most you've ever witnessed while calling a game?
No.
While calling a game. What's the highest scoring game you've ever called in lacrosse? In
33.
33. Wow. Scottie Pippen, right? 33. That's a lot of goals, right?
And these are all pretty evenly spaced over the course of the game. I mean, we don't have 10 in one period, but we got 6 in the first. We got 8 in the second. We've got
6 in the first, and then we had
6 more here.
Yeah, 6 in the first, and then we ended up having, I believe,
4 in
the second.
8 in the third.
Yep, 8 in the third.
And 6 here.
And 6 here. That's right.
Wow.
And I don't think that we're done with the goal scoring here tonight. I think we're going to see at least 1 or 2 more, probably 2 more. It's my guess. Yeah, I'm no time teller, but my guess is I'll see 2 more. What do you think, Dave? How many more goals are we going to see tonight?
We can only have 1 because I don't have any more room.
Right? Yeah, just 1 more, guys. Sorry. Who's going to score it?
I think the Rams are going to get to 16.
Okay.
You know, when you press at the end trying to get goals to make up, sometimes you leave yourself vulnerable on the back end. And
right. Well, I mean, if Oregon City scored another goal, then it would be more aesthetically pleasing because if they get one more, that's double digits, right? They would get to 10. So that would make the scoreboard
They may do it right here.
Oh, here we go. Working through traffic. Oh, scoops it up. A big opportunity. A triple team. Oh, and he just shot it way over the bar. It was a point-blank range opportunity, and he just couldn't capitalize, Dave. Wow, that was very close to being the 10th right there.
Pioneers
working again. Weaving their way inside. Rams bring the double team. Now it's Cole Norton with possession. Lobs it behind the goaltender now. They're taking their time with it, methodically working. Oh, a bounce pass. Oh, tried to bounce that one in. It goes wide left in favor of Central Catholic. The Rams pick it up. 1:17 remaining in this game. Central Catholic on top by 6.
Ramirez Orozco again tried to get back and make sure that the Rams got that.
Right.
They throw it all the way forward. This will burn up some time.
Right, here comes Casey. Centralizes the play to Lucian McHale, or rather Crayford that time. 7 looked like a deuce. You know, sometimes my eyes, it just they do me wrong.
Just dropped under a minute.
Just under a minute now, and it's a good save from Wade. The outlet pass on the outside, working it up. Oh, flicks it back. Here come the Rams.
That was Martin on that save that time.
Martin with the save, and now it's Crayford working once again. Here comes Crayford. Being double teamed behind the goal.
No hurry to shoot.
Yeah, just 25 seconds remaining in this game. Central Catholic trying to extend their lead as this one is almost over. Rams on top by 6, 15-9 with 15 seconds remaining. This one sails out of bounds. Referee pointing the other way, and it will be Oregon City possession. All the way back to the goaltender. Wade, long stick midi, nice fake, working inside, just 3 seconds remaining. Throws it forwards, and there's the final horn. Central Catholic are victorious, 15-9 the final. Rams win first round of the playoffs, and they defeat the Oregon City Pioneers 15-9, and they will be moving on to play the Lincoln Cardinal in the second round of the OHSLA playoffs next Tuesday.
Rams now go to 11-6 on the season. Oregon City 5-10. Rams advance to the second round of the playoffs. They'll play a team that had a bye, and that's the number 4 seed Lincoln Cardinal Tuesday night at Lincoln High School to move on further in the tournament. So big win for the Rams. Lots of scoring, lots of different players, 15 goals, 4 of those by Sam Martin, 2 other players with hat tricks. Let's see, Jack Crayford and August Lazat.
Yeah, what a game. Your final takeaway, Dave.
My final takeaway, big win for the Rams. I want to give the Oregon City Pioneers credit because
got to give them credit, right? I mean, they put up 9 goals against a really good team.
When it was 11-4, and
right.
It looked like this game was going to be a rout. They started scoring goals. The only problem was they scored a goal, and the Rams came right back with one.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it was an extremely entertaining game, and the Rams are moving on to the second round of the playoffs. Like you mentioned, they'll be playing the Lincoln Cardinal next Tuesday on May 27th. Some people we want to thank. We've got to thank our crew. I'm Jack McArthur alongside Dave Hall. We've got to thank Ryan Johnson, our director and producer, Steve Roberts, our sound engineer.
Cy, our camera person.
Cy, our camera person. And additionally, got to thank both coaches for providing us information, along with Jacob Cawley for giving us some very useful information for Central Catholic about the all-conference selections. So both coaches on either side. We got Dave Sanford for the Rams, and we got Jack Cross for the Pioneers.
Jack, let me remind people.
Go ahead.
We're Oregon Sports Beat. You can go to our website, OregonSportsBeat.com. We have our calendar up. You can look and see what we have coming. But Central Catholic has 2 more playoff games on Monday. Baseball, 5 o'clock, Walker Stadium at Lentz Park. they will play Century. Rams ranked number 3, Century ranked number 30. The girls softball team also made the playoffs, but they'll be playing in Salem against McNary on Monday at 5 o'clock. So you can catch us Monday night for the boys game at 5 o'clock at Walker Stadium at Lentz. Then we'll have to see how those outcomes are to see if we'll be with you on Wednesday night. Maybe the Rams will have a home game Wednesday night in the baseball playoffs, and you can follow us on that. So again, Oregon Sports Beat to get that information.
Yeah, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I've been Jack McArthur alongside Dave Hall, and you've been watching Oregon Sports Beat, saying so long from Delta Park here at Strasser Field. Your final score, 15-9. Central Catholic Rams defeat the Oregon City Pioneers. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great night, everybody.